When it comes to protecting our electronic devices, we tend to opt in to get a case and also a screen protector. However, for screen protectors, we actually have quite a lot of different options to choose from, and I have narrowed down to a total of 3 major types of screen protectors. And in this video, I will discuss each type of screen protectors that we're gonna talk about. And for each type of screen protectors, there's also a cheap and expensive version of it, so it kind of tells the quality of the screen protector that you're getting. And each major type of screen protector also has its own sets of pros and cons. So we'll start off with the very common film screen protector. So this type of film screen protector is pre-applied on many devices, including tablets and smartphones, and it is just ready to go. And generally, this type of film screen protector is very thin, and it's also kind of rigid because it's literally just a sheet of plastic that sits on top of your screen. And there are technically 2 types of film screen protectors. One is clear and another one is matte. We'll talk about matte in a bit. So the cheap film screen protectors will usually, the pre-applied film screen protectors on your smartphones and whatever devices are usually pretty bad in terms of quality, and there's usually no coating on the film itself. So when you try to swipe your finger across that film screen protector, it kinda grips on your finger way too much because it doesn't have that oleophobic coating. I think many of us have experienced that before when we buy a new device, unbox it, and then experience that the first swipe of a finger on the screen protector just felt horrendous. However, there is one simple solution for this though. Just wipe the entire screen protector on your face, because your face is oily, so that layer of oil will literally help your finger glide across the screen, so that works. And the expensive film screen protectors usually do come with that oleophobic coating, so you'll have a really nice experience when you swipe your finger across the screen protector, but that's about it. So as for the pros of the clear film screen protectors, well, number 1, they are really easy to find, and number 2, even the high quality ones are usually very cheap in terms of pricing, and number 3, they do not degrade the brightness or the color of the screen. As for the cons, generally they don't work with devices that have a curved edge around the sides of the screen, unless we have a heat gun to heat up the screen protector to warp the edges. And number 2, it gets scratches easily and can happen even if we use a cloth to wipe that film screen protector. And now we should also talk about the matte film screen protectors. It is not as famous, but I can see why there are a lot of people would want this type of film screen protectors. It doesn't stick to your fingertips at all because it's literally having a tiny sand and whatnot. I don't know what's it called, but yeah, there are tiny dots on the matte film screen protector, and it feels amazing to use when it is brand new. A variation of matte film screen protector nowadays are called paper-like. However, there are a lot of issues when it comes to matte film screen protectors. There really isn't much differentiation between the cheap and expensive matte film screen protectors other than the individual grains on the matte finish, I guess. And generally, from my experience, the more expensive ones tends to have a smaller grain, while the cheaper ones have a larger grain. Now, as for the pros and cons of this kind of matte film screen protectors, the pros: it provides a very smooth gliding experience, even though it means that we are literally sanding off our fingertips with each swipe, and there's also no glare even under horrible lighting conditions. And especially true for the paper-like matte screen protectors, using a stylus to draw on it literally feels like you're drawing on a rough piece of paper. As for the cons, it can degrade your screen quality by a lot, and number 2, a layer of dead skin and grime will build up in between the grains, causing the roughness and smoothness of the screen protector to wear off. And since matte film screen protectors are literally like sandpapers, it will also grind off the tip of your stylus. Like what we can see here, I have 2 Apple pencils with me. One of them is used on a tempered glass screen protector, and the other one is used on a paper-like screen protector. And as you can see, the paper-like one is a lot sharper around the tip. And now let's talk about tempered glass. This is the most sought after type of screen protector, and it's literally an extension of your screen's glass because, again, tempered glass is literally just a piece of glass laid on top of your display. So the cheap tempered glasses, they do kind of feel like the cheap film screen protectors because there is no oleophobic coating, so the swiping experience would not be that good. And also, it's usually not flat, so if you adhere it to your device, you can see a slight curvature around the side, so it wouldn't stay flat on your screen. And cheap tempered glasses may also degrade the brightness and color of your display as well. And as for the expensive tempered glasses, they usually have a very smooth swiping experience thanks to the oleophobic coating again, and it usually also has a curved edge around the sides, which is also known as 2.5D. And the more expensive tempered glasses also usually come with a tool to help you guide the tempered glass to align properly with your device, so it will ensure that your installation is always perfect. And also, some of these tempered glasses are technically reusable. We also did a video on that, check it out at the top right corner there. As for the pros of the tempered glasses, it usually provides a lot of protection and it doesn't get scratched that easily compared to film screen protectors. It is also easily cleaned and maintained, and these kind of tempered glasses, if you get a good one, they can last you for a very long time. As for the cons of tempered glasses, well, it could be detrimental if you're using an active stylus like the Apple Pencil, because using plastic on glass just doesn't feel good at all because the pencil cannot stay still. Tempered glasses also cracks easily, and for some cases it might not fit properly as well, and it is also virtually impossible to be installed on a device with a curved edge screen like this. However, some tempered glass screen protector manufacturers like the Whitestone Dome series of screen protectors, they do provide a jig to help you install tempered glasses on devices with curved edges. And the last type of screen protectors that I want to talk about is hydrogel. This is a type of screen protector that has existed for more than 10 years, but it is not as well known. This type of screen protector is slightly stretchy, but it will be damaged once it is stretched, and it is usually thicker than a film screen protector. It can also be punctured under extreme circumstances, like what happened to my phone's hydrogel screen protector here. Now, for the cheap hydrogel screen protectors, the installation is usually going to be a problem if there's no squeegee provided. The cutting of the screen film protector needs to be split in two parts to provide a better installation process. The cheaper ones do not do that. And as for the more expensive hydrogel screen protectors, they usually come with an installation guide, and the back adhesive part is usually split into at least two parts. Some of them will split into 3 parts or 4 parts depending on what brand you get. And also it has a front piece of plastic to hold everything together, and it is only to be removed once everything is set in place. Now, as for the pros of hydrogel screen protectors, there are quite a lot of them actually. Number 1, they can be installed on curved screens without any issues at all. And number 2, the stretchiness of the material is also considered quote-unquote self-healing. If you get a minor scratch or whatnot, it will virtually disappear over a period of time. And number 3, trapped air bubbles during installation is usually not an issue because it will automatically eliminate the air bubble after a day or two. And number 4, this is something that I cannot personally prove, but I think because of the stretchiness of the hydrogel screen protectors, it should be able to become a shock absorber. So when you drop your phone, and usually when the screen cracks, then maybe the hydrogel screen protector is able to absorb some of that shock to prevent the screen from shattering. That is something that I'm not sure, but by logic and physics, it should be able to help in some way. And as for the cons of hydrogel screen protectors, well, the application is quite difficult and is not as straightforward since it is also slightly stretchy, which if you pull it during the installation process, then it will be larger than your screen's device, so that is something that you have to avoid. And number 2, it also builds up a layer of grime on top, so it will turn hazy over time. And number 3, which is what I hate the most about hydrogel screen protectors, is that when you're trying to use the stylus on those kind of devices, then it will grip on the stylus very hard because again, it is stretchy, so you can poke it down onto the hydrogel screen protector a bit. So for my personal tier list of screen protectors, I would have to say film screen protectors is going to be the last one ever because I just don't like film screen protectors. They do provide minimum amount of protection, but I personally wouldn't use that on my personal device because I would require more protection. And number 2 in my list is hydrogel. I think that it provides an adequate amount of protection for my device, but yeah, because it is stretchy, it is usually not gonna last that long, and also the layer of grime causing the haziness of the screen is not something that I like. So usually what I do is that for the Galaxy S22 Ultra, because it's using a curved edge on the side here for the screen, I will have to get hydrogel for this phone. So what I do, I buy a stack of hydrogel screen protectors and just change it every 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, something like that, so that my phone will always look pristine. And my obvious choice over any other type of screen protectors is gonna be tempered glass, because it just looks a lot better compared to any other types of screen protector. It lasts long and I can just wipe it down to get it to look brand new again. And yeah, I just like tempered glass over all the other types of screen protectors. And so that's it. That's a really quick video where we take a look at all the 3 different types of screen protectors that we have in the market right now. All of them are pretty cheap except for the paper-like matte film screen protectors. For some reason, those kind of paper-like screen protectors are kind of expensive. So let me ask you one question. Do you actually use screen protectors on your device, or do you just run around bare naked with your device's display exposed to all of the elements out there? Or do you get a tempered glass, hydrogel, or film screen protector? Do let me know down in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video.